Hello survivors and welcome to today's video. So we have got a lot to unpack in today's video. This is insane. So we got the roadmap last night, came out on time. Woohoo! So we got something on time, that's really good. But well, let's get into it. So roadmap drops last night, awesome. Community Crunch 355, ARK roadmap, EVO event and more. Welcome to another edition. Okay, here we go. So this roadmap includes a whole year of plans. As it says here, we are ready to reveal ARK's roadmap for the next year. Various game-related initiatives, new platforms and media. But let's get into the nitty-gritty. So we've got another picture, another drawing, as Nooblets would say. And this one's a saber-tooth. Looks awesome, but don't care. And I don't care because, after careful consideration, we have decided to delay the sequel's launch to the end of 2024. Now, we all seen this coming, didn't we? Let's face it, we all seen it coming. The Dino Lord actually got a message last night from Stephen, who you may know from our past videos, saying, would you look at that? Great prediction, because this is exactly what he said would happen. But the thing is, I don't even see it coming out in 2024, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, listen to this. It'll launch exclusively on Xbox, Game Pass, and Windows distribution platforms, Steam, PC. We've put much thought into delaying ARK 2 for the betterment of the final product and the team's well-being, which is fair enough, but we keep getting given false promises, and I think that's the worst thing. Although they haven't mentioned ARK 2 in a while, but I do think they announced it very much too soon. Let me know what you guys think. I would rather just be hearing about it now, to be honest with you, because there's going to be a lot of people who are upset. We'll get into that later. There are a lot of people who are fuming. Why the delay? Our goal is to make ARK 2 the best game it can be, provide a truly exceptional and rewarding experience for players. Here we are. Unreal 5, we'll talk more about that later too, is incredible new technology to us and all developers. We aim to use cutting-edge technology to its fullest, while creating a game with never-before-achieved scope at Studio Wildcard. Now, I believe that. Never-before-achieved scope, because you look at what they've done with ARK. There is, I mean, I've discussed it in many videos in the past, in my love letters to ARK and stuff, but there is nothing like ARK. The boundaries they've been able to push, I know there's bugs, I know things go wrong, I know every time they update it, they break something else, but that is because they were a small studio when they started, and what they've been able to do this game, no other game, for me at least, has ever been able to do. So as we learn more about the engine and develop the sequel, we've adapted our workflows and adjusted our pipelines to accommodate this next generation. Right, this word, paradigm, yeah? It's a paradigm, but God, it took me years to learn that it was a paradigm. Every time I seen it, I read it as paradigm. Because of everything that involves, we need more time for development. Now, the Dino Lord said something last night which hit the nail on the head as to the real reason why it's being delayed, and that kind of includes this new bundle that's going to be coming out that we're going to be talking about in a bit. So they're apologising for the delay, obviously, which, yeah, they do need to. There's going to be a lot of people really annoyed. We do not plan to showcase any gameplay, screenshots, videos of ARK 2 this year. However, we intend to keep you informed and engaged in the development process by regularly showcasing more ARK 2 assets in the moments ahead. Some more pictures then, leading to our gameplay reveal next year. So we've got like at least a year before we see any gameplay. And then they're banging on about pushing the boundaries and stuff again, which I do think they will. I really do. I do have great faith that when the game comes out, it is going to be phenomenal. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this delay. Did you see it coming? And do you think it'll be delayed even further? Because I really do. I do. So the next bit of news that we've got, introducing ARK Survival Ascended. Oh, they've opened a can of worms with this. So ARK Survival Ascended is the next generation remaster. So we're basically getting a remaster of ARK, harnessing the power of Unreal Engine 5. It will be released on Xbox Series S and X, PC, Windows, Steam, and PlayStation 5 by the end of August 2023. So that is this year. So not too far away. Fingers crossed and hoping there won't be a delay with this, but we'll have to wait and see. So the base game is going to include the island, survival of the fittest, and all the non-canon DLC maps. Now, this confused us because they'll be adding those over time, but it says nothing about the canon DLCs. So this is a bit confusing, but they say something later that slightly contradicts this. So Xbox Series S and X and PC players will only be able to get it via an ultimate value bundle known as the ARK Respawned bundle. This bundle includes ownership of both ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2, will be priced at £49.99. So basically, this is what the Dino Lord said when we read this. We couldn't believe it. So you're getting ARK 2 for £49.99. So it's like a pre-order, like a really long pre-order. But we will also get this Unreal upgrade, this remaster. Now, firstly, when it was first announced that Unreal Engine was coming out, somebody pointed this out on Facebook, and they said that, didn't they say, when this upgrade becomes available, it will be free to all owners of ARK Survival Evolved? And I was like, oh my god, they did, didn't they? They did say that. But they've brought this out now. The way that they're getting us to pay for it is by saying it will include ARK 2. This is what the Dino Lord said as soon as he read this. He said, did they run out of money to make ARK 2? And so now they're saying by getting this bundle, it includes ARK 2, so that a lot of us will buy it. And then, I mean, there's going to be a lot of us that are going to buy it. I'm obviously going to buy it. The Dino Lord's going to buy it. We have many friends that are going to buy it. So I do think they're going to make a lot of money off this. And that money is going to go towards making ARK 2. It does seem like they have run out of money. I mean, you have seen them looking for more staff members. They cost money to employ as well, and it's going to take a lot of time to make a game on the scope that they're going for with ARK 2. So yeah, it does sound. Let me know if you guys agree here. But as soon as the Dino Lord said this, I was like, oh my god, you've hit the nail on the head. I guarantee they ran out of money, and that's why they're making this bundle that we have to buy in August so that they can continue with the development. So the bundle will be available to purchase from the end of August, up to 1 year, after which Survival Ascended and ARK 2 will be sold separately. So, and the thing is, yeah, by the time, this is another thing the Dino Lord said, by the time ARK 2 actually comes out in like, what, 2028? Imagine the price of games by then, yeah? Because they're like 60 quid now for a game, in pounds sterling, like. So if we buy this bundle, we'll get ARK 2 for, you know, way cheaper when it comes out. Plus we'll get to play on the Unreal Engine 5, which does sound good. We will take a look at what they said about that in a bit. So anyway, additionally, the bundle will provide players with access to an exclusive 1-month closed beta to ARK 2 in 2024 before the rest of the general public can play ARK 2. PlayStation 5 users will be able to get their hands on ARK Survival Ascended as a standalone next-gen game at launch in August 2023 for $39.99. So if you're on PlayStation, once again, you're getting done dirty. You won't get ARK 2 included with this, but you get £10 off. So, yeah, I mean, we play on Xbox, so that's okay for us, but I do feel for people on PlayStation, they do seem to get left out quite a lot. And now this is the interesting bit here, okay? All the expansion packs will be sold separately on all platforms. So $19.99 for the Explorer's Pass, which includes Scorched Earth and Aberration and Extinction. They have remastered the canon DLCs, so that was good news, because that was something we were really worried about. And $19.99 for the Genesis Pass, which includes Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. So that's going to cost us quite a lot of money, though, considering we already have the game. So I'm not sure. I mean, we'll definitely buy, you know, the base bundle and then see where we go from there, because this is very pricey if you want the whole lot, you know, considering, like I said, we've already got the game. At ARK Survival Ascended's launch, players will have access to the island, Scorched Earth, and the new revamped game mode, Survival of the Fittest. So that's getting an upgrade too, so that's pretty cool. Right, now here, for the features in the new remaster, ARK Survival Ascended will feature the following improvements and enhancements. Now this got us excited. Unreal 5 Overhaul, Nanite, Lumen, RTXDI, Dynamic Water, Interactive Foliage, Performance Gains, Instanced Rendering, larger bases, that's good. Threaded server networking and native physics engine. Cross-platform multiplayer. Look at this. Includes cross-platform accounts and cross-progression, cross-voice chat and friends, etc. No matter what platform you start playing on. You can access your account, character, dinos and items on a different platform for the ultimate cross-platform experience. How cool is that? They've never had that before, so that is something that's really good. I like that because we can play with PlayStation and Steam and stuff, so that sounds really good. So I'm really, really excited about that. I think that's nice. Now look at this. This next bit is very interesting. Cross-platform modding. We recognise the power of giving players the tools and capability to define their survival experience, so we want to take cross-platform one step further by working with Overwolf to introduce an industry-first cross-platform modding experience I think the Dino Lord's firing up a car downstairs. That's why he's not with me today. I wanted him to record this with me because he's got so many opinions, as you know. And so he's fixing a car today, so he couldn't be here, unfortunately. So where were we? We're working with Overwolf to introduce an industry-first cross-platform modding experience where mods created on PC are delivered directly to end users' consoles from a custom modding backend. I don't really understand all of those words, but it sounds like any mod you add on PC, you can play on console. Now, whether this stuff will work when it comes out, I don't know. I really don't know. Because that sounds like a lot, you know, and we've seen what's happened with stuff they've done in the past. But I'm holding out hope because this sounds amazing. The modding capability will include a full blueprinting support, stacked mods and maps, everything that's currently possible on Steam version of ARK, and more will be possible on the new system and available to end users to play on consoles in all modes. Now, this is just so exciting because we're sofa gamers, so we like to play side by side, sitting on the sofa with a controller in our hands. We don't like sitting at a desk to play games. That's why we don't play on PC. It's just more comfortable for us. And so I have tried some PC ARK, and it was really fun because we had the mods, but I would rather be sitting comfortably on the sofa playing them. Now we can. And this is something I'm really excited about. I imagine there'll be a lot of people who will. This means as well that people that create their own servers can add so many mods, and we'll be able to join their servers and play modded ARK. So absolutely awesome. Premium mods. Reviewed by Overwolf and Wildcard for quality, control and value, mod authors will optionally be able to specify price points for their mods, with 50% of the price going to the mod author. Now that is amazing, isn't it? So people who are modding will be able to get paid. Now I didn't read this bit in depth as much last night when it first came. It was quite late when it released. So that's fantastic news. This is necessary to pay for the custom infrastructure required for Overwolf to support, administrate and deliver the mods to the console. We plan on streamlining the process of upgrading legacy ARK Survival Evolved mods to the next generation platform. Reach out to current and former sponsored modders in preparation for the launch with the tools they need to get the mods ready before the launch. That's fantastic! So a lot of support for modders. Wildcard have always been amazing at supporting their modders, and it looks like they're going to be getting more support than ever now, and that is fantastic. Oh, here's a good one for you PvPers as well. Cross-platform anti-cheat. I bet that sounds amazing, doesn't it? If it works, once again, if it works. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed on a lot of this. So Survival of the Fittest, that's going to be integrated into the main product as a new, fully supported game mode. They'll have a dedicated team to work on that as well. It looks like they're getting a new map as well in Scorched Earth, so that sounds cool. Oh, and they're getting character and creature customization with cosmetics. That's quite cool. Local lobby. This is what we said we needed, wasn't it? Local lobby. We can group up with friends, configure the look of your survivor and dinos, and queue up for lobbies together. That sounds awesome. That sounds so much more fun to play than it was. Bug fixes, balance, functionality improvements. Fair enough. New content, quality of life improvements, balance, and gameplay changes. Included, but not limited to. Now, is this... It is. So this is for the main game. So updated minimap, pan, zoom, pings, etc. Similar to Survival of the Fittest minimap. So we're going to actually finally get a minimap by the looks of it. New structures. Ooh, display cases, smaller tech teleporters, building quality of life improvements. So snap fixes, increased foundation support, foundation height adjustments and more. That is so exciting if you play on official because you have felt so limited playing on official ARK. So this is going to be really exciting for the builders especially. So there's going to be a queuing system. I'm not sure really what that's going to do, but okay, we'll just see how that goes. New third-person camera with the option to opt out. Directional sprinting and walking. Now that sounds really good because, you know, when you go in third person and you're always sort of facing one direction, aren't you? So you're like, you know, you're facing forward and you try and walk diagonally right. You're always still facing forward, so you're like sidestepping. So this sounds really good. Ping system, gamepad, cursor, chibi slot and skins tab. That sounds good. So balance passes on cave entrances, mechs, and other breedable creatures and more. So there is loads more stuff coming as well, apparently, with this remaster. There's a lot to be excited for. But let's have a look at the live operations. So we understand there's going to be questions regarding live ops for the product. So we will review some key areas now. This is going to get very interesting. So final content update. In June, for ARK's 8th anniversary, we will release ARK Survival Evolved's final content update, which includes the fan-voted, the new creature. So it doesn't look like it's coming with a map like some of us have speculated, but we're getting the creature. But it does say that that is ARK Survival Evolved's final content update. So there'll be no more updates for the original Ark after this creature goes live, which is a biggie. So cross-platform, it's important to note that Ark and Ark Ascended will coexist, but will not support crossplay between the two games. Ascended will have undergone profound functional changes which will prevent it from being compatible with the previous game, which is understandable. It's going to be a bit of a blow for a lot of people, but you can understand it. So, okay, here's a biggie. Events are back! Events are back! Holiday events. We plan to develop and release ARK Survival Ascended exclusive holiday content that takes advantage of the next-gen pipeline released in mods, so they're always available to play. So they said no more events for Ark 1 because they were concentrating on Ark 2, but now they've just let us know that with the new remaster, there's going to be holiday content. So yeah, that's happening. Official servers, right? This is the biggie, and this is the upsetting one. I mean, for the Dino Lord and myself, we quit official last year and started playing on Mango Nation servers, and it's just been a better quality of life. They're really well run servers. The admins and the community are second to none, and it's just been an overall amazing experience. But when we were in official, we were in it, yeah. And I know how it is being an official player. We were official players for years, and your stuff means so much to you. And it's not just your stuff, it's the people that are on the map that you've met. You know everybody that sort of lives on your server, and so the relationships are there. And this is going to be one hell of a huge blow, and something that I kind of can't believe, to be honest. So let's take a look. Official servers, with the launch of Survival Ascended at the end of August, we will be taking down... Now, last night, this said sunsetting, yeah? And there was a lot of confusion. So when we looked at, like, Twitter, Discord, and Facebook, there was a lot of confusion, and people were saying, well, sunsetting doesn't mean that they're taking them down, but we knew it did. I think people were not wanting to believe it. They thought there's no way they would do that to us. But no, they've changed it today to we will be taking down all official servers on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC for ARK Survival Evolved at that time. So the final save data from ARK Survival Evolved's official servers will be uploaded, so players can like rehost on their own servers or play in single player or non-dedicated. And it says as well as slightly earlier snapshots. So the thing I'm worried about with this, obviously you're not going to be playing online with the people that you usually played with on your server unless you end up paying to host your own server. You're not going to get that again on ARK Survival Evolved, the original game, unfortunately. And this is just a huge, huge thing. We will take a look at what people are saying a little bit later. Not only are you not going to have that official server where you can play with everybody else that you usually played with, you can keep all your stuff and play it in single player, but will it work? This sounds iffy to me. I don't know if this is... It doesn't sound like very viable. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to actually do this, whether people will want to either. And the thing is as well, without sounding nasty, but do you know when you're on official servers and you've got all this stuff because you've grown over the years and you've accumulated all this cool stuff, it's a flex, yeah? You can deny it if you want, but it is a flex. There's other people on the map, you know, when they come and see your base and all your things, you see people with all their massive amounts of collections of dinos and they keep them all out, they don't pod them up, and it's because they want people to see what they've got. And people are impressed. You know, you think, oh, look what they've got all that, I wonder how they've got that. And they like that feeling. And they're not going to be able to get that feeling with the original Ark again, unfortunately. So all that stuff that you've been grinding away to get for the past years, it's going to mean nothing now, is it? I know you'll still have it, but come on, you've got to admit it. A lot of people do have that stuff, and they keep hold of official servers because they like to be the big man on server, as it were. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's a lot, that is just how the mentality that you sometimes get into when you play on official. And that's going to be gone for a lot of people. And they're going to have to start from scratch with this new remaster, or host their own server where they can still have all their stuff, or play single player non-dedi. And it's just not going to be as exciting. You can't team up with other people on the server to get stuff done together. And yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. It's an end of an era, it feels like. And let me know what you guys think about this one, because this was a huge one. Like, it's insane. And now let's take a look at Twitter, right? And see what people are saying about this. Here we go. So, do I have this right? You're turning off the game I paid £60 for and worked hard at for 3 years for me to pay another £60 for the privilege of starting again with better graphics. This has genuinely broken my heart. Next comment. This is the most heartbreaking news I've ever heard in my life. I'm feeling a bit emotional reading this because, like, my heart goes out to these people. If I was still playing on Official, I know I'd be feeling exactly the same way. Imagine spending years of my life building up characters' dino bases for that to be pooed on and taken away from you. Private server or not, it's not the same. Shame on you for making people pay for a game you can't keep up. The delay is sad, but okay, a well-functioning game is worth the wait. Absolutely, totally agree. The bundle with Ark 1 is okay because you get Ark 2 on it. However, to buy every DLC again, and this is what I had a slight issue with, without even a very big discount for those that already bought the game, is really, really not okay. Extremely greedy. But like I said earlier, I think we need... there's a nice little meme here as well. But like I said earlier, I do think that maybe they need the money to continue with the development of Ark 2. Just waiting on clarification about this previous tweet with the whole roadmap announcement. Yeah, here we are, look. Just to clarify, Unreal 5 tease a couple weeks back, so this was January the 22nd, is referring to in the works complete free upgrade remaster of Ark Survival Evolved in Unreal Engine 5, not a cinematic. We haven't officially announced the Ark Unreal Engine 5 upgrade yet because there's other major things we want to show then as well. I knew it. I knew they had said that we were having it for free. A free upgrade or remaster. Crikey. The Unreal 5 update was initially announced as being free. Now it is a paid bundle update. But also, if you intend to charge full price for the content we already paid for, this looks bad. Oh god. Official's sunset news is super depressing. And then someone here has said, people complaining about the price, but it makes sense to me. Wildcard is a company that has employees they have to pay. I don't see why people can understand that. So that's what I was saying earlier. They do need to pay people to make this game. However, announcing it as going to be free and then telling you have to pay 50 quid, yeah, it's a bit rough, isn't it? But then they think they've got away with it by saying you'll get Ark 2 with it, which, yeah, I mean... Give me Ark 2 for that price, because like I said, if this game comes out in, 2008, maybe even later, imagine the price of games then. So, yeah, I'm alright with it. And with all the stuff we just read about, with the upgrades coming in Unreal 5, I actually think that it is worth that price. But the problem is, like, we just went to Unofficial, started the whole game again, we completed all the maps up to Genesis 1, but we've started over. And the thought of starting over again in a few months' time sounds a little bit, I don't know if I can be bothered with that. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I want to see how nice the game looks. So maybe we'll just get it and, like, chill out with it, you know? But you say that, yeah. We just chill out, just play, just tame a couple dinos, just, you know. And then before you know it, you're hammering it, you've got schedules, you're farming like no man's business, you're up till 6 a.m. building behemoths to protect your base. That has happened to us in the past. And that's it. That's your life, yeah? So... I'm not sure if I'm up for that again, to be honest. I don't know. What about you guys? I'm really dying to know what you guys think about all this, because this is just... It was so much thrown at us in one roadmap last night. I mean, obviously this is the plan for the next year, so it is insane. But, God, it's a lot to take in. So, we'll continue with this now. Let's see. So, feature sunset. With the launch of Survival Ascended, we will be ending official support for Primitive Plus. Well, there's no surprise there, is there? They didn't have any support anyway on official. Split screen and procedurally generated maps. These aspects of the game will not be ported to the new version. So no Primitive Plus on the new one, which is going to be a biggie for some people. I mean, we play on Mango Nation's Primitive Plus server, and it's amazing. Like, they've put so many fixes in place to make it actually playable and fun, but they're not going to be able to have a Primitive Plus server if they decide to have servers on this new remaster, and that is just going to be such a shame. So we'll look into releasing source files for Primitive Plus for those who wish to repurpose aspects of it for mods. So, aspects, but not the full thing, unfortunately. The remaster will have regular updates to resolve bugs, so they're planning to bring it out with bugs then, eh? Introduce new... They know, just looking at this, yeah. They know, don't they? They know what kind of shit they get themselves into. Anyway, introduce new content balance changes and quality of life improvements for years to come. Now this This tells me, okay, if the remasters having regular updates to resolve bugs, introduce new content, balance changes, and quality of life improvements for years to come, we ain't getting Ark 2 at the end of next year. I'm calling it now. There's just no way. There's no way. It would be mean, and I'd like to believe we are, but no. So, and then for the original Ark Survival Evolved, their updates will be limited to crashes and critical bug fixes. So that's something, I guess. I mean... But then there's not going to be any official servers either, so they're not really going to have much to maintain, are they? The next thing, new paid expansion pack. We plan to release a new I cannot talk today. A new canonical story expansion pack for Ark Survival Ascended. Oh, which will only be available in Q4 2023. The DLC will feature new creatures, which we'll share more details about later this year. So that sounds interesting. Not really much about that, but it's paid for. So a canonical story that you have to pay for. So it's got Q4 there, which is what was written after Aberration in the Explorer's Pass that we looked at earlier. So it looks like that's what this extra content is going to be for. Nintendo Switch is getting more updates, so they're getting Extinction, Small Tribe servers, Oh, hang on. They're getting Gen 1 and 2. Bloody hell. Oh, that is going to push that little console to its limits, isn't it? So, really good news for Switch players. And they're revamping ARK Mobile, so that's also good. And then the animated series. Right, so loads of people are looking forward to this. It sounds like it's in the later steps of production now, so it might be actually coming sooner than... Well, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Oh, I'm losing the plot with this now. So they've completed the animation and the cast recordings of all of its 14 initial episodes. So that's really good news. So it's currently in post-production, so visual effects, sound mix, etc. And they're delighted with how it's turned out. Epic, melodramatic love letter, yada, yada, yada. But they have not placed it yet with any platform. Hence the lack of news in that area. As soon as there's more to report, we will let you know. So nothing. Not even a date or a roundabout date. But like I said, yeah, it's probably for the best that they don't give us a date. Because if they do, they're going to have to push it back. And then everyone will be really annoyed at them again. And yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And it looks like that is it. So thank you for reading through the substantial write-up. And it was substantial. Stay tuned for more information. And then there's Conquest, which I don't really know much about PvP, to be honest with you. Oh, and there's an EVO event this weekend, which they had to do, didn't they? Let's face it, because they knew they were going to get so much hate all over the place. So they have added a pretty decent EVO event. So you have got breeding included, which they had to really, though, didn't they? You know, they've got to do something to make people, you know, not be too angry. Although I don't know if that's actually going to make a difference right now, because people are saying, what's the point? What is the point of us playing right now if it's all going to be gone in like August? In some of the private groups the Dino Lord's in, because he's still in groups with some of the big sort of breeders for colours and mutations and stuff. And oh, it was going nuts in there last night. It was it was crazy times. People very upset, and I really totally agree. So just have to include this quick note in here now, because there has been speculation in some of these groups that it might have been an April Fool's joke. But I don't know if this is just people wishful thinking and not wanting to believe that the official servers have been shut down, because there was so much detail that they went into with this roadmap that I can't see it being an April Fool's joke. I'm sure a lot of people would love for it to be, but no. Let me know what you guys think about this, because I'd like to have a good conversation about what is happening here and what is going to happen, because this Unreal Engine thing sounds amazing, but like I said, we'll have to start over, which is a bit nuts, but obviously we'll have all that to keep us going until Ark 2, which is coming out God knows when. They say the end of next year, but is it? I don't know. When's the animated series coming out? Don't know. So let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video and you stayed this long listening to my ramblings, maybe think about giving the video a like and subscribe if you're not already. We've got so much Ark Survival Evolved on here, and I think we've probably got quite a lot more to come, because we will be buying. Let's face it, we're going to buy that upgrade, we're going to buy that remaster, and we're going to be playing it, and we'll be keeping you updated on any news that comes out up until then. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.
Get the bell on.